far? I think it's going pretty well. So, brief introduction right now. This is my friend Matt Castellano.
Hey guys.
Matt and I were both in the running for Mr. Nice Guy for John J. Man this year. We promised ourselves that no matter who won, we would feature the other person in the winner's skit. And here we are. I wouldn't want anybody else up here.
No, John, you're so nice, bro!
Alright, so, as Mr. Nice Guy, as much as I would want to win John J. Man, I believe that all these other guys are great candidates as well. And in fact, I've made a slideshow presentation showcasing why they deserve to win over me. So up first, we have Danny Dietrich. Danny Dietrich is the most athletic and masculine man I've ever met in my life.
Danny Dietrich has looked like a grown man since his first days at Van
His intensity is unmatched by any other. In fact, we only ensure that his body naturally produces full shark testosterone, which, for reference, produces the most testosterone in the animal kingdom. We're going to keep everything natural here. Similar to Lil T, he is not your average. And in this case, we're referring to his above average testosterone.
If you think that a mullet could never look good on anyone, then you clearly have never seen Danny Dietrich.
It's true. Pioneer of the beloved trim, he rocked it through the cross season and even prom. I want to aspire to have that level of bold. It's incredible. As Matt and I were brainstorming the skit for this, we thought to ourselves, what does he first word that comes to mind when you think of Danny Dietrich? And some things that we said, cake.
Cake.
Of course. Danny has the nicest set of boots I have ever seen.
Maybe even if you know John.
Honestly, you're probably right. His fluid hip movement along with the momentum of his boots can channel enough energy to run the rest of the show.
If I had to describe his hindquarters in 2 words, they would be large and in charge.
As long as we can fantasize about the many assets of Danny Dietrich, we do have to talk about his athletic ability. Just last year alone, he comprised 3 athletic awards, which coincidentally is 3 more than Matt and I have in between us. I believe that Danny should win 1 more, and it should be John J. Man 2017. Up next, Salo's Contra, Mr. Brainiac. Salo's parents have lots to be proud of. Not only did they produce 2 brilliant scholars, but more importantly, 2 John J. Men. If he does half as well as his brother did in 2014, we'll have another winner on our hands here for sure.
But Salil is more than just a pretty face. He's also a gifted athlete. He seems to be talented at all sports that involve hitting a ball back and forth over a net with a paddle and or racket. For example, the only 2 sports that actually involve this, ping pong and tennis.
Not specific, Matt.
It was.
But it's true, Salil is a master of both tennis and ping pong. As he was shocking the average athletes themselves, Matt and I have both tried tennis and both failed miserably at tennis. I've also had the honor of playing Salil in ping pong, where I was not at all prepared for a lot of balls headed towards me. That ball was going at least 55 miles per hour. I couldn't deny. As soon as we set up the table and he picked up the paddle in a way I did not think was humanly possible, I knew my fate was sealed. Also, as our salutatorian, I glanced at Salil's high school's transcript and was shocked to find that one's GPA can exceed 500.
Though Karthik and Matt Though Karthik and Matt Klein are also close in the competition for smartest in John J., I doubt they could ever compete when it comes to Salil's dancing abilities.
It's true. Salil went to half as many John J. Man rehearsals as I did and learned the information twice as fast. Not only does he absorb knowledge like a sponge, but also the art of dance. Salil deserves to be the valedictorian of John J. and also the winner of John J. Man 2017.
When me and John were brainstorming for what we should say about Omar, we decided to write a little poem based on one of his favorite artists, Migos. Raindrop, drop top, Omar makes that booty pop. It is.
He certainly does. Ironically, it's the least American out of all of these. He transitioned from John J. General to what we like to call him the fair-skinned pharaoh, John J.
In fact, one could say that he leads the J dynasty like Lord Ramses II led the ancient Egyptians in the Battle of Kadesh.
I guess you could say that.
One definitely could.
You couldn't call him for your reference yourself.
You're welcome, though.
Omar is also one half the cutest couple in John J.
Arguably 75% of that couple.
I agree with that, sir. In this next picture here, it may seem that Omar is posing with Jesus, but in reality, Jesus is posing with Omar. Nobody can be deemed more worthy to lead J Dynasty than Omar. Jesus was a leader, Omar is a leader. I think that I'd be honored to lose to somebody like that. Omar, I'm going to repeat. General, there has never been a more applicable title than Mr. Sticky to him in the history of this show. To put it simply, he spits that.
There are two things you can count on every morning. The sun will rise, and General will be looking fly.
That's a fact. General comes to judging the rehearsals in nicer clothes than I have ever owned my entire life. He literally knows outfits and does not break a sweat.
In fact, nature designed him this way so he doesn't ruin it in his beautiful outfits.
Just for the sake of comparison, I sweat and dry clean.
Which for reference is disgusting.
Thank you for confirming that.
Go for it.
General is the greatest powerhouse in the
Including Omar and Caleb.
Yes. The negative connotation associated with the mold disappears at the upper lip of General Daniel. Too many times he has to tell me that his eyes are indeed up here. But that is also because I'm always staring at his chiseled thunder skies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take a look at this picture. And this one. But especially this one. My goodness.
General's outfits are but his smooth dancing, along with his great personality, should definitely help him out. General Daniel.
Jonah himself is a giant cluster of sass.
Often referred to as the small. His voice is a combination of Fergie and Jesus. His performance in Mary Poppins was unworthy.
It puts Hamilton to shame.
I have a newfound connection with the role he played in Mary Poppins, the father, or more appropriately in this case, the dad. His voice may have had grown as long as that was great traditions. Not from just a talent standpoint, but also physically, Jonah Woodcock has been attracting all since he was born. He gyrates swifter than anybody I've ever seen. In this picture here, Jonah Woodcock does not get rug burn. He rug gets Woodcock burn.